Like most of us with a phone and an internet connection, you're on TikTok all the time, and you can't seem to escape people talking about UGC. What is that, and how can you make money doing it? Let's talk about it in today's video. I'm Heaven, and I'm a social media strategist and content creator, and I work with brands to capture the best content they've ever created. Today, I'm going to tell you all about the different ways that you can land your very first UGC deal. So let's get right into it. Let's first get a clear understanding of what UGC even is. UGC is an acronym for user generated content. In the earlier 2010s, this might have meant you purchasing a product and sharing how much you loved it on social media. The brand might DM you and ask you, can they repost it? You say, sure. Next thing you know, you're featured on their Instagram story or their feed. Today, brands are paying creators, just like you and me, to create content about their products to use in their organic and their paid social media. Have you ever been scrolling on TikTok before and you see somebody telling you about their brand new favorite skincare, whatever you want to call it, and they're just so excited, and then you notice right before you swipe it that there's a sponsored tag in the bottom left corner? That is UGC content. There are several benefits to doing this. Firstly, the brands don't have to have creative talent in-house and foot the bill of managing that to have high quality content for their channels. Another benefit of hiring external contracted UGC creators is that it has the feel of authenticity, because these creators are making content that feels native to the platform and it doesn't feel like an ad. Another benefit of UGC content for brands is that they have some creative control and say in how the content is actually executed. So in the past, if you were to just buy a product, tell us how much you like it, but your video has bad lighting, bad quality, bad audio, or the angles weren't aesthetic, the brand can't say or do anything with that. They probably won't ask you to repost it. However, if you were working with a brand to capture UGC content for their channels, there will be a creative brief involved and they will give you clear, specific direction on the content. And or there will be rounds of revision to ensure that the content that you create falls in line with their brand and creative and content strategy. On the flip side, there's several benefits to doing this if you are a creator yourself. The first is you can get paid to make content. And I was going to say videos, but literally photos and videos. You can get paid for that. Another benefit is that you can get free products. Can't lie, I love getting things that are free and not paying for them. Another benefit to being a UGC creator is that you can build and grow your professional network and creative portfolio. Maybe down the line you want to be a documentary filmmaker. Maybe down the line you want to be a video editor or a social media strategist. You can gain and hone these skills in doing this business, or just doing it as a hobby even if you want to. But it's real professional experience, and you can share the outcomes that your content has led to when you're working with these brands. Me personally, I started doing UGC because I love making content for social media anyway. And so when I learned that I could get paid to do it without having to grow and build a huge following, I was really intrigued. I will say it is not easy, but it is very simple. There are very clear steps to follow, and once you do them and you execute on them and you actually hone the skill of creating content that converts, you can really earn big with this business. Be mindful that people are trying to sell you their courses and pitches and materials. So of course they want to upsell you and tell you how much money they're making. But it is a lucrative opportunity. So if you stay the course and you're consistent, you will see the results. Into that, I just want to point out that you need to have a UGC portfolio before you start looking for deals or anything like that. I'm going to show you mine on the screen, and I'm going to link you to it in the description if you want to go take a look at it. But I'm not going to make a video on how to make a portfolio because there are already so many out there, and anything I tell you would be just regurgitated information. So just go search for that on your own and see what you come up with. How do you find your very first UGC deal? When you're starting out, my recommendation is that you go where the people who are already willing, paying, and looking for creators are. This includes UGC creator platforms like Cohley and Billow, and there are other ones popping up everywhere. You can also look on Upwork and Fiverr, which are both freelancing platforms. I don't recommend using Fiverr or Upwork because they don't pay well and communication can be challenging with the other person on the other side of it. I haven't had the best experience on there, though I have gotten a couple of deals on there. I think it's worth checking out for sure, but I just wouldn't recommend it. I just typed in Cohley.com into my browser, and this is the landing page. Then I click login, and I've already done that, so I'm going to switch tabs. This is what it looks like on the back end. So I logged into my account, and this is essentially my dashboard. The top you have home, then you have briefs, and briefs are creative briefs. A creative brief tells you everything you need to know about the content that you're supposed to create and what's supposed to go into it, what you can and can't say, what you can and can't do. In this case, each brief is for a specific opportunity. And so you'll see at the top here, this brand Jinx, there's two briefs because they want two specific different kinds of things. And we're going to dive into that some more. So we have active briefs over here. I'll click that. These are things that I applied for so that they're still active, as in the window for this partnership hasn't closed yet. It doesn't mean I was accepted. I probably wasn't, but I applied to these a couple days ago and they're still active. Then we have new briefs, which are briefs that I have not yet either applied for or clicked not interested in yet. Then we have past briefs, which are projects that I actually worked on. And I did some content for Warby Parker through Cohley. And then we have not interested briefs. Me personally, I'm not just going to be applying to every single thing, any and everything, just because I want to get it. Because I have to think about, okay, I actually have to spend time and create this content and come up with ideas. I'm not going to do every single one. And it's so competitive. There's no reason to try to do every single one if you're really not interested. And then there are some that just don't apply to you. Like KT, this product, this is something with pets and animals. I don't have any pets. So I think it's some kind of guinea pig food, a forest rat food, and hamster and gerbil food. I don't have those pets. This one is for some brand called Blonde Me. I think it's like a hair coloring thing. That wouldn't work for me personally. So there's some that you just won't qualify for. Sometimes they're in the briefs. They'll ask for like men aged 25 to 40. I'm not a man and I'm not in that age range. So you have to take a look at the actual briefs to see what you qualify for and to see what you want to do. Here's the Lemonade brief that I was referencing in my other video. So if you haven't watched that already, go ahead and take a look at it. I'm going to put it on the screen and leave a link in the description if you want to learn about Lemonade. And the application deadline is April 21st. People who are accepted to do this partnership will know by the 24th, and the content is due by the 7th, and it must be posted by May 11th. So all the information about timeline and deadlines is at the top. They didn't end up leaving all the information in here. They linked to an external document, which is what I was reading from the other video. And you can click right here and see that. So here is the brief. There is a deck linked in there. The deck is also linked here. And then they're just telling you the do's and don'ts are all in the brief that are linked up top. I'm back on the Cohley dashboard and I want to find a brief that I might actually apply to walk through and share with you kind of my thought process behind how I select them and things you can consider yourself if you are interested in joining Cohley or when you go and check out Cohley. So Spin Brush looks interesting. So I'm going to view that one. Spin Brush, smart, clean UGC photo and video, visual assets UGC brief. Great. So they're looking for a static image and they want it to be vertical 9:16 ratio. And then they're also looking for a reel, 12 seconds minimum, 23 seconds maximum. And you have to send them concepts for approval. You have to send drafts for approval. And then you have to send a fully edited video with transitions, overlays, and royalty-free music. And they're telling you where to find it, which is helpful. Voiceover, the original sounds, etc. I want to point out that sometimes some people or some brands will ask for the raw video content, or they might ask for just the edited video with just the clips together, maybe no transitions, no text, and no music. Maybe they have their own style. So it's really important that you read these descriptions here. And the product details is their Smart Clean toothbrush. So we can click the link and check out the product that they want us to utilize in the content. So you probably can select one of these brushes. There's some kids ones. This is just a replacement head. There's different styles. So if I was going to do this for real, let's look at this Pro Whiten. No, you can't know my location. So I can't really zoom in on it. But let's say I want the Spin Brush Pro Whiten. I'm back at the original brief and they're going to pay $500 for this photo and this video. And here's some more information about the ideal creator. This is very important. And this is also how I rule myself out of things sometimes, because if I'm not in the range of age or demographic they want, I'm just not going to do it. So you must be US based. So that knocks out a lot of people already. Parents with kids between the ages of 8 and 14. I am not that, so I'm not qualified. So from here, I'm going to click not interested because I cannot do this one. I hope this is helpful. Let's jump back into the video. Now that I've showed you how I use Cohley to apply and sign up for UGC opportunities, I want to talk about some other ways that you can find deals. The first is going to be Twitter. There is a very, very engaged and large and growing UGC community on Twitter right now. How you can find them is literally creating a new account. So if you already have a Twitter account, make a new one, put UGC in your name, and then you can also start searching these hashtags. Hashtag UGC creator, hashtag UGC community, hashtag UGC creators needed. Like any other online business or seemingly get rich quick scheme, there will be scams and there will be mis and disinformation around what's going on. So you have to have some kind of discernment. I recommend looking for creators on TikTok who have some legitimacy using similar hashtags and then finding them on Twitter and seeing what they're talking about. A lot of folks do give away free information, and I recommend taking as much advantage of that as possible. Once you start following more creators who are already doing UGC and already sharing their experiences and talking about it, you will start to be fed more of that content in your Twitter feed, and you will begin to see where people are looking for creators right on your feed. The downside to that is, just like you, everyone else is going to see it too. So if people are asking for creators on feed, like in public posts, you will see hundreds and hundreds of replies, people sharing their portfolios in there. So it's very competitive in that respect. Another place to look is Facebook groups. There are a few UGC Facebook groups. I'll put a couple on screen. The best way to get high ticket retainer UGC clients is to pitch brands directly. This requires going to their Instagram page and DMing them, or going to their website and emailing them, or maybe even looking on LinkedIn for their creator or influencer partnership manager and sending them a message on LinkedIn. You cannot be shy about this. So if you don't like cold calling or cold emailing, pitching is not the way to go for you. And if you're looking for your first deal anyway, I don't recommend it. I think you need to get a couple of quick and easy deals under your belt to build your portfolio and build some legitimacy, and then go and start pitching brands. I think once you're first starting out, it's easier to just go where brands are already looking for creators rather than trying to sell them, especially if you've never had to sell yourself or sell anything before. There's a lot of information out there about pitching already as well. If you want to know more and you want to see what pitches have worked for me, let me know in the comments and I can do a video that shows you the back end of that and how I've landed a couple of UGC deals. I want to name up front that I am not any type of 4 or 5 figure earning UGC creator. I do this when I have time and when I'm able to pencil it into my life, but I have been able to earn a few $100s here and there, literally being inconsistent and just having my portfolio and my profiles out there. I do get inbound inquiries from time to time. So I have some knowledge about how this all works. UGC, like anything else, if you want to succeed, you have to be consistent. I want to say again, a lot of people are coming into this space and into this business thinking they're going to make a quick buck, and that's just not true. Unless you're lucky, maybe it is. I would love to hear about it, so tell me in the comments. But you have to be consistent and you have to start telling people about it. You cannot be shy. It's not easy, but it is simple. And if you make high converting, high quality content, it's even simpler. With that being said, I hope this video was extremely helpful to you. If you have any questions or any ideas of what you want me to talk about next, leave me a comment down below, and I'll see you next time.